All right, here we go. This one's going to be a 357 SIG versus 357 Magnum test. Today we're going to be testing out the Federal HST. So for the 357 SIG, that one is the 125 grain HST. There's what that one looks like. Does have your nickel-plated brass, and that one's rated 1,360 feet per second. And for our 357 Magnum, that one is the 154 grain HST. That one also has your nickel-plated brass, and that one's rated at 1,340 feet per second. So we'll see how close we come today. So for our 357 SIG, we'll be using our full-size Glock 31. That one does have that 4.5-inch barrel. And for our 357 Magnum, we'll be using our Ruger Security 6. That one does have that 3-inch barrel. So the reason I'm using the 31 is because actual barrel or bullet travel on that one's about 3¼ inches. So, you know, pretty close for comparison. So we'll be going through our gel. That is a 10% block. We do have our catch block behind that, so a total of 22 inches of gel, 4 layers of cotton t-shirt on the front, and like always, we'll set up our chronograph so we can hopefully pick up those impact velocities. So let's set up and see how these things do. First one up will be that 357 SIG. All right, we're stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did on that one. All right, so it looks like our impact velocity on that one was 1498. So that is actually pretty high. Normally when I do test this, we're in the 1450 range, so it's actually pretty good to see. All right, so there is the entry. Looks like I got a pretty good hit on that one. You can see right down that cavity, and looks like I got a pretty good star pattern so far. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, check that out. Looks like we have quite a bit of damage going on so far. Really nice spiral cuts going through. Looks like it did settle down just a little bit, and we didn't actually make it into that second block. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here from the top. So like always, I will cut these open so we can do our cross sections, get a little bit more accurate measurement. But so far we are right at 2¼ inches, so definitely not too bad from the top. So let's check it out from the side. Oh yeah, check that out. So same thing from the side. Looks like as soon as it came in, opened up really nicely. It looks like it did shed a little bit of that lead, but we got a really nice you know, damage path going through so far. It looks like it carried that energy about probably 3/4 of the way through that block, and we did make it into that second one. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here from the side. Basically looks like from the very bottom of the table. So we are right at 3 inches from the side. So definitely a little bit more from the side than the top, so not too bad. So let's check out where that round landed. So hopefully you guys can see it is facing downward. And then our leading edge, we made it 3 inches. So that made it a total of 14 inches of penetration. So definitely not too bad. So let's set it for that 357 Magnum and see how that one does. All right, we're still back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did on that one. All right, so our impact velocity on that one was 1351. I believe rated was 1340, so always good to see a little bit above average. All right, so there is the entry for that one. Looks like I got another good hit, and you see right down in there, looks like a nice star pattern so far. So let's check it out from the top. Oh yeah, check that out. So we do have a bee over here following us. But so it looks like we got quite a bit of damage going on. Huge star cuts going through. Looks like it pretty much carried the whole way through that block, and we actually did make it into that second one in quite a ways. So let's see what kind of measurement we have here. So at our widest spot here, we are at about 3¼ inches. They are kind of collided, so we will get a little bit more accurate measurement later, but from what I'm seeing, about 3¼ so definitely not too bad there. So let's check it out from the side. Oh yeah, and same thing from the side. So it looks like as soon as that thing came in, started to open up really nicely, dumping a ton of energy. And like before, you know, that thing is carrying most of the energy the whole way through that block. Maybe that last inch or so, it is settling down, and we did make it into that second one. So let's see what kind of damage you got here from the side. So at the widest spot, we are right at just shy of 3 inches. So a little bit less from the side than the top, but still pretty darn good. And you can see that round resting down in there. Looks like I got quite a bit of penetration. And at our leading edge there, we are right at 5½ inches. So that made it 16½ inches of total penetration. So definitely not too bad. So let's check these out one more time from the top. So the one on the right is that SIG, one on the left is that Magnum. So here is that SIG channel. You see, came in, opened up really nicely. It looks like it is dropping just a little bit of lead. Nice star cuts going through, just settling down just a little bit. And to make it into that second one, it is that track there on the top. And for our 357 Magnum, same thing, came in, opened up really nicely. Got some huge cuts going through, carrying that energy all the way through that first one, settling down just a little bit. And there is that round, so definitely not too bad. So let's pull these rounds and see what they look like. All right, check these things out. Looks like they both got some pretty awesome expansion. So the one on the right is that SIG, one on the left is that Magnum. So here is that SIG. Looking really nice, open up perfectly. Really nice mushrooming. I have tested this one multiple times and it always performs really, really well. Definitely some nice sharp petals on that one, but always does picture perfect results. And for that Magnum, that one actually opened up really nicely. Also, this one is a new batch, so haven't tested this, so this one was definitely pretty surprising. Opened up really nicely though. You can see those petals try to peel over that base, but didn't quite make it. But man, those are some pretty sharp edges on this one as well, and pretty impressive on how much penetration we got on that. So definitely a pretty good result so far. So there they are, one time from the bottom and last time from the top. So like always, we'll rinse these out, get our still shots, slow-mo, all that good stuff here at the end. But there we go, guys. That one was 357 SIG versus 357 Magnum, and those are the federal HSTs. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, so here's that cross-section for that 357 SIG. As you can see, there's some really nice splits going on. Huge splits. Looks like there's a little fragment down in there. Really nice star pattern, though. Same on this side. Very big cuts. Another fragment down in there. So I did remeasure these, and it looks like they're right at 3 inches. So definitely quite a bit of damage there. So let's cut this open. All right, so here's after being cut. So the bottom is the right side, the top is the left. So you can see as soon as that thing came in, right that 1/4 inch mark, started to open up really nicely. You can see that huge path going all the way through. Quite a bit of fragmentation going on. All those little lead pieces. There is a tiny little bit of cotton t-shirt down in there, not too much, but definitely did drag it in. Kind of expected, you know, that hollow point cavity is pretty huge. So here's that top, same thing on there. Came in, opened up, huge path going all the way through. More of those fragments kind of all over the place, but some really nice splitting. You can see it looks like this side did drag in a little bit more of that fabric, but man, those are definitely some nice big cuts down in there for sure. But there we go. That one was that 357 SIG, 125 grain federal HST. All right, there's that cross section for that 357 Magnum. So you can see pretty much same thing here. Really nice cutting going on. Nice and deep. Same on this side. So I did remeasure this, and it looks like we were exactly the same as that SIG. So right at 3 inches. So definitely pretty impressive for both of those. So let's cut this one open. All right, so here's after being cut. So this bottom is the right side, this top is the left. So you can see, same on this one, pretty much came in right that 1/4 inch mark, started to open up really nicely. You can see those huge splits going on. This one's pretty much barely hanging on by a thread down in there. Some really nice cutting. It doesn't look like there's any fragments in there, but there is a little bit of that cotton t-shirt, but definitely quite a bit of damage. So same on this top, came in, opened up. You can see that nice huge cavity going all the way through. And same on this side, super deep cuts going all the way through, nice and clean for sure. And then it did drag in a little bit more of that cotton t-shirt, but definitely pretty impressive for both of those. So I am going to be doing a retest here soon, just so we can see how consistent those are, because those numbers that we got were, you know, a little bit kind of all over the place, but I guess we'll see. But anyways, there we go, guys. That one was at 357 Magnum, 154 grain federal HST.